My name is Michael. I lead DeFi growth at the Celo Foundation, as well as serve as a community contributor for the Stabila Foundation. For today's talk, wanted to walk through how Stabila's effort has been really focused on accelerating the stablecoin-driven DeFi flywheel on Celo. Stabila has been doing a great job on stitching incentives, liquidity, as well as DeFi ecosystem use cases to really get that flywheel spinning. For folks who aren't familiar, Celo is an Ethereum L2 built for real-world use cases, facilitating fast, low-cost payments worldwide. And Stabila is a community-funded initiative on Celo focused on stablecoin adoption, as well as powering the core Celo DeFi flywheel via incentives displaced on various protocols across the DeFi ecosystem. Now, over the past year, in terms of what we've built, Stabila has been really focused on building very strong, deep stablecoin DEX liquidity. We have over 25 native stablecoins on Celo, including native USDT and USDC, as well as local stablecoins as well, which includes Kenyan shilling, Colombian peso, and many more. And for every stablecoin that launches on Celo, Stabila has made an effort to make sure that it has deep stablecoin-to-stablecoin DEX liquidity. And so far, they have incentivized over 30 stablecoin to stablecoin incentivized DEX pools. And this has made an effort in creating very deep, concentrated, and liquid depth for these DEX liquidity pools, so much so that if you look at our monthly volume so far in October, $2.5 billion of monthly volumes were facilitated. And part of it is towards folks tapping into the DEX liquidity for payment transactions, but also folks are, oh, what's going on here? Oh, I think we lost our slides. So that $2.5 billion monthly trading volume, that deep DEX liquidity, part of it is being tapped into for payment transactions, but also folks who are we're attracting also FX arbitrage traders who are looking into our essentially FX on-chain markets and arbitrage trading across these stablecoin pairs. And we're starting to see this also roll up in our DAUs, excitingly enough. Over 772,000 daily active users, I believe 790K over the last couple of days. This is actually placing Celo as the #1 L2 on Ethereum in terms of DAUs. And the magic in terms of the back end is pretty simple in what Stabila does. Stabila first partners with stablecoin issuers to onboard onto the Celo ecosystem, helps them get them visibility initially by having the seeding of initial DEX liquidity, and then Stabila then layers on an incentive layer to ensure that there's concentrated liquidity on those DEX pools. Furthermore, including arbitrage loops to just ensure that the pricing of that stablecoin is efficient on the DEX. And then gradually on the last step, once the TVL of that DEX pool for that stablecoin grows sufficiently enough, we plug them into further ecosystem use cases, right? Two ecosystem use cases and distribution channels I want to highlight here. Firstly, Opera MiniPay. That's our exclusive partnership with the Opera browser. They have embedded a stablecoin wallet into the browser. In Africa alone, they have 100 million monthly average users. So folks who are browsing the web can also send and receive stablecoins to their friends and family. And within that mini app stablecoin wallet, they also have a mini app ecosystem. So it further extends the use case of stablecoins, allowing people to pay for utility bills, groceries, to subscribing to their favorite music streaming platforms. And the other flip side of another distribution channel I wanted to highlight is one that's recently launched a couple weeks ago. EY, the professional service firm, just deployed their layer 3 privacy layer on Celo, facilitating B2B payments. So we're very much working closely with the EY team to activate more enterprise B2B payment flows using the existing stablecoin tech stack that's available on our chain. So in terms of what's next steps are looking like for Stabila and the roadmap, we already developed, deep stablecoin DEX liquidity. So the next obvious layer to really build upon is building out lending, perps, and furthermore looping opportunities, right? And so as of today, over the last 3 to 4 months since Aave has been deployed on Celo, Stabila has been, in particular, scaling up that liquidity from that initial $2 million of market size to over $30 million. And this serves as the core liquidity backbone for our upcoming perp DEX, as well as prediction markets that's coming to launch in the coming months. So December, that's when we're targeting our perpetual exchange launch. They will, of course, accept collateral of stable coins and will be uniquely positioned to have very differentiated emerging market FX pairs. To attract traders across our chain, never before seen in other perpetual exchanges. And then the following subsequent month is where we'll have also our prediction market, This is serving, as an alternative to a different audience who's looking more for like a lightweight alternative instead of, hardcore trading. And nevertheless, these two protocols are going to be key to create organic demand for lending and borrowing on our lending protocols for stablecoins. And in parallel, of course, there's some other catalysts that's underway. We're constantly onboarding yield-bearing assets, plugging them in as collateral, because that serves as essentially, a risk-free rate that's more capital efficient in our DeFi tech stack. So in summary, once we have the perpetual exchange and the prediction markets cooking up in the next couple of months, that's really when the core DeFi flywheel starts really spinning. Deep TVL, concentrated liquidity on the DEXs flows into large borrowing and lending markets, allowing folks to borrow larger positions in stablecoins that flows right into the perp and prediction markets for trading. Ideally, those traders will recycle their winnings back into the DEXs and lending protocols, creating that positively reinforcing loop. So super excited for what's cooking up for Stabila. And yeah, that's a quick walkthrough of the efforts Stabila has been doing the past year and the upcoming roadmap. Thank you for listening. If you are a stablecoin builder, RWA, or DeFi builder that can plug into your ecosystem or interested, please do reach out to me after the call or our chat. There's also a QR code here for our partnership intake form, so you can also fill that out as well, and we'll get in touch with you. Thank you.